What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Colin's Late Night Chill on Talking Ball. Wait, sorry, half of you are on Talking Ball, but you should really be watching on Hotspur Hood. I'm only going to be on Talking Ball for a short while longer. Um, I'm part of Hotspur Hood now, and I need to fully make the switch. But yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Today I'm here with two regulars. If you don't know them, just leave. No, I'm just kidding. But first, we got the one and only Jacob.
We're not doing what we did the other night, so I don't want anyone getting any funny ideas. This is not going to be.
I literally,
I'm
like I
not
said,
doing it. I can't do it. I physically,
That's
actually, can't do it.
that's such a
But
lie. There's going to be one person in the chat that's going to say, "Come on, guys! I just woke up in England. Stay on for me." And you're going to be up. It's going to
oh
be
yeah,
2 o'clock in the morning here, and you're going to be streaming.
yeah, you're probably right, Scott. But I hope you're wrong because I cannot do it again. That was like 4 hours last time.
yeah,
Absurd.
absolutely absurd. But quite a few people watched, and you know who I bet was there? Barry McCockner. I just want to say, Barry, thanks for being here, sir. Um, and then we've got John Fitzpatrick. What's up, Fitzy? Big up all for show. Aaron, what's up, man? Now we look the same. I was telling them backstage, me and Aaron look like we could be brothers now because we're both bald Irish dudes. So
We're already brothers, mate. And is Fitzy in the chat? Chucky
yeah,
our law couldn't have talk to my brother down under. Yeah, good to have you in the chat, mate. You should jump on the show one day, man.
I would love
And
it.
that's
I feel
Gaelic
like
for anybody who didn't understand that.
it
Fitzy does.
sounded like something Italian or Latin or something. But
Couldn't have talk to and Chucky our law. It means how are you and our day will come.
I mean, even when you're speaking English, I only understand half the stuff you say anyway. So I just figured it was just
English, mate. You might speak Japanese. Ohayo gozaimasu. Or Korean, me and Hamida.
you just know how to say "Come on, you Spurs" in every language.
Come on, you Spurs. So what's the waffle tonight, boys?
Well,
I got a question for y'all, and this is really a question for everybody.
before
not Spurs related.
before you ask, it's cubed. What's up?
Oh, Cubesy.
Hey, I just had to come on to make sure that more of Sunny was showing on the screen.
Oh, not more nipples,
I think
please, not more nipples.
with 4 of you all, like he was completely covered, so need another one in there so that
Kind of reveals a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
I love you,
Damn.
Cubes. I love you.
I can't really. We need.
No,
we need more. We need
I'm
more
on the
guests.
bathtub team. I'm on bathtub team.
Oh, you said it earlier. You were on the jeans team.
No, I never said denim. I'm on the fully
Oh.
exposed.
This one's already going. This
you
stream's
can
already
put
going
Jacob
off
in
on a
my
tangent.
spot. I'll be in the middle. I can't decide between the two.
Okay, perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
so numb to it. I didn't even notice the pictures.
But now it looks like Scott M is wearing, like if you look at that in the bottom left, it looks like Scott is wearing a pair of hot pants. No, don't hurt me
So
off.
Scott, do you own a pair of hot pants?
But that's what it looks like.
Get to the real meat and potatoes of the show right away.
Speaking of meat and potatoes.
Scott,
Stop it.
That's my
Stop it,
standard.
stop
Just wait till
Yeah,
you see
Scott
me in
pants. Scott pants.
minus 40 wearing my hot pants.
Oh no, not yet.
did you know? Did you know that minus 40 Celsius is the same as minus 40 Fahrenheit? They like meat. I don't know. I found that
I
out.
did not know that.
I used to work at a job where we'd have
What's
to go into a
happening?
freezer that
Please,
was minus
look,
40.
Start with football, please, Colin.
Okay.
Start with
All
football.
right. So yeah.
Oh,
so
Colin,
Can I ask
sorry,
my
one
question?
thing, yeah.
I had a question
Colin.
before. I had a question. And is it crazy to put peanut butter on your waffles and then put syrup? And the peanut butter gets all melty into the waffle crevices?
Everyone's done that, I feel like.
It's the balance between sweetness and saltiness with the peanut butter. If it's a nice salty peanut butter, because as we all know, what do you call them, Reese's peanut butter cups, they're beautiful. So it's a balance of salt and sweetie. and the saltiness brings out the sweetness. So I'll be salty. Jacob,
you gotta wave.
Yeah,
It's still
I don't
happening.
like
It's
peanut
still
butter, but
happening.
if it did, I imagine it would be good.
how's
Yeah.
Beth and Julie, by the way?
Oh, everybody's good, man. Everybody's great, actually. So, can't complain.
You know, there was a little bit of confusion earlier on Tommy's stream where somebody came in, called himself the Hotspur Hood, and said that his wife is pregnant, and
so that's what Tommy like said something about that, and I didn't fully understand what he was saying. So
I said it wasn't.
It wasn't me. So.
Yeah,
About
that's
what?
what I said. I said that's not Colin Hughes. So unfortunately, like when you do these shows and we get these trolls, they fucking say shit about their families, and it's been difficult. I've had a lot of shit, said about myself personally, and my daughter was watching, and yeah. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, back to footy, back to fun. Just needed to mention that, Collie, about yeah, somebody what's the word? Represent.
Buttholes. That's what a bunch of buttholes would do, but it's okay. That's really funny though, and that's a really random thing. I'm like, that would be cool, or whatever. That's fine, but not true, not me. Maybe that's really weird, but cool. But anyway, so back to the football for a bit, at least. What are you guys making of the possible Ndombele move to Nottingham Forest? Do you think there's anything going in that, or do you think that's just like paper talk? But I just thought that the link was so weird that I had to say something about it.
Man, I did not hear that one. I'll say anytime, whenever you say, "What do you think about the link to with on Ndombele and anywhere?" I'll say I don't believe it because I don't think there's anyone that's going to come close to paying his wages. But what's the highest wage player at Nottingham Forest right now? Like 50,000 a week? Do they even have somebody that high? Like, I don't know enough about salaries, but I would think that if they had somebody making 50K a week, that would be a high salary at Nottingham Forest.
They do have a very, very rich owner.
So, well, I mean, anywhere he go, he could go to PSG. PSG would say, no, we're not paying his wages just because they know they don't have to, right? Why would anybody say we're going to pay all his wages when they know how desperate we are? But I guess it's up to Levy, right? If you get him gone and you have to pay 150 and they pay 50, is that good enough because it saves you 50K? I don't know.
Yeah, otherwise probably. I mean, paying 200. You know what I mean?
200, right?
Yeah, it's simple math. By the way, so I just looked him up. Nottingham Forest owner is some really, really rich Greek guy who owns the club Olympiakos, and he owns Nottingham Forest. And
Lingard, 120K.
That's right, they did sign him. Okay, so maybe they can. Sorry, apologies to Nottingham Forest for doubting their financial power.
Yeah, how dare you, sir? They are rich beyond your wildest dreams.
I hope so, but he's not happy with us. I can't imagine playing with Nottingham Forest is going to make him rekindle his love of football and find his ability to try hard.
Maybe he has the burning desire to really stick it to us. You never know.
What if?
But, hey, Gino in the chat, mate. All right, Gino.
Yes. Eugene, join in, man. I'll post the link again. I'm sure you have a reason that you're not, like you're driving your car or something. But if
crashing your car,
yeah, don't crash. It's not worth it. This isn't that good of a show. But hey, if you're watching while I say that, thank you so much for tuning in. It's a blessing to have all you wonderful people. We've got Alexander Hilton in the house. He says steak. Who would have guessed? I've got to meet such good people, make such good friends, and thanks for being a part of it. Anybody who's watching, and make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel though, because some of you guys aren't subscribing. And all right, so anyway, back to the ball. I don't know. I actually weirdly kind of think that it might be true, and I think Nottingham Forest might be a pretty good team this coming season. Because you got to think they got that coming up money. I don't know how much that is, but I would expect that it's a whole lot. I could probably find out, but I don't know. I think he's going. I wish Cube had to go. She had to run for a second. I wish
Where's
she was
Cubes?
here. Oh, she just said in the private chat, which it's not private anymore, but she BRB is all it said. So
Aye.
she's BRBing right now.
I'm pretty
Jacob,
sure they've labeled that the most lucrative sporting playoff in the world. The
It is.
championship. I think it's like
Yeah.
you make 100. I know it's over 100 million, but
150 million, I think, and you get parachute payments even if you get up and you go down again. But it's actually the one game that makes any club the most money in the world. I'm not a financial guy. Scott probably would know more than that about me. But it's the biggest money game.
So
yeah.
promotion
I'm not
Premier
good at
League is estimated
finances. It's so in depth. There's people
estimated to be worth over 200 million for each club
There you
with
go.
parachute payments. Over the next 3 seasons if they're relegated straight back to the second tier. That's awesome. I didn't have any idea about the parachute payments.
Oh, it's massive money, mate. It's massive money. But just speaking from the heart, Nottingham Forest for a team when I go back to growing up with their fantastic wins in the European Cups with Brian Clough as their manager, and then obviously Roy Keane played for them before he went to United, and then our game with them in '91 in the cup final, and my friend who passed away recently was a massive Forest fan. Players like Steve Stone. I hope to stay up. They're a massive club. So yeah, I really hope they do well this season.
Didn't they have some kind of? Did they have financial problems, or am I making that up? Was that just Leeds? Because I know Leeds are another big club that are finally back in the Premier League.
Leeds were whopping massive, mate. Leeds were another team in the late '70s that were beating everybody. Johnny Giles, Nobby Stiles.
Johnny Giles and Nobby Stiles.
As far as I know,
that does not sound real.
No,
those names are real people.
Yes, Johnny Giles is one of Ireland's greatest.
It just rhymed, and so it sounded almost like.
I think they had Nobby Stiles. You got to double check that on me now, right?
All right.
But Leeds were another massive team, so I love when teams like Forest and Leeds are back up, in the massive. I love it. It's what I grew up on. These are teams from history, I grew up on, that my family told me about.
Yeah,
so,
they're both played for Leeds. You were right.
There you are, mate. Nobby Stiles and Johnny Giles.
Johnny Giles is not alive anymore, so rest in peace.
Johnny Giles is alive, man.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure.
Of course, I'm sure, mate. He presents on Irish TV.
R.I.P. Johnny Giles.
He's not dead. What are you talking about, man?
R.I.P. Jimmy Giles.
He presents the Champions League shows.
Right. Then I think it's Nobby that's dead.
Nobby has passed away.
R.I.P. Nobby.
R.I.P. Nobby. For real. What a great name. It's his actual. No, his name's Norbert. Okay, I was gonna say Nobby is his actual name, but no, it's Norbert.
It was his nickname.
Norbert Peter Stiles, MBE. Him and Harry Kane share that.
Nobby. Cool. That's how everybody knows him as Nobby Stiles. But the point I was trying to make was that I'm delighted to see teams like Leeds and Forest back up because they're massive teams, man. So it's it's great to see them back with the history they have behind them. Forest won 2 European Cups.
And Russell Crowe narrated a series that documented them basically fighting back up from the nether regions, if you will. So that was cool because Russell Crowe's a lot of fun.
Is he?
I mean, I don't know about like a lot of fun, but I know I like his voice. I'll put it that way. He's got a good Russell Crowe, like a Russell Crowe. That's just.
Have you seen him on South Park where he just wants to fight?
Yes,
people?
Yeah, he's fighting around the world on a boat.
Yes. I love it.
Did you guys see that news about so Dane Dane Mbappe, Dane Mbappe, how Portsmouth like.
Oh yeah, they're already pretty pumped up and hyped on him.
Yeah, but the Spurs supporters club of Portsmouth sponsored Dane Mbappe, and like basically like got together and like donated a bunch of money so that they could like not bunch but donated money so that they could cover his kit cost and also like his transportation like to and from games and stuff just to like show the like support of Spurs behind it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and so
sorry, Dane Mbappe. Are we talking about Dane Scarlett here?
Hey, look who it is! Look what the cat dragged in.
Wow! What an intro!
Hey.
I'm a little upset that I didn't get the little intro video, Colin.
The epic music and everything. I feel like I'm in the Avengers or something.
My moonshine and Bruin brother from Appalachia. How's it going, Killian?
Going good. I mean, I feel like it should be good for everybody who's a Spurs fan right now.
Well, talk to us after the Chelsea game, and we'll.
Nah, we're gonna smash them.
Talk to us after the Chelsea game, and we'll revisit.
Nah, we're gonna smash them. Believe. You gotta believe.
I do believe. I think we're gonna win, but it's gonna be a little bit nervy. So it's not a given our history at the bridge. But I do think that we are gonna win.
History means nothing. The future is now.
Yeah,
They don't have their Russian sugar daddy anymore. Chelsea is going to go back to being poor, and slowly but surely they will descend into irrelevance as we ascend to the top of the Premier League table year after year.
Let's go, Karen.
I will cheers to that.
Yeah.
Conte is here to stay. He's going to build a dynasty, and Chelsea will fall into irrelevance under the mismanagement of yet another American ownership in the Premier League. It hasn't worked with any of the other clubs, so except Liverpool, I guess. But I feel like
it's working pretty good for Liverpool, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, is it though? I mean, not that they haven't been successful. But they haven't been as successful as City. I mean, City has.
Yeah, but I feel like on a smaller budget,
won the majority of available trophies over the last 7-8 seasons.
I think unfortunately to compete with City, you have to like be really, really good to pick up any. And so the fact that I don't know, I hate saying Liverpool's good. I don't want to keep doing it. But
personally, I think I think that they have a really good team. They've had a really good team. They make smart moves in the transfer market. They have a pretty decent youth setup. A lot of people want to play for Liverpool growing up. I think Klopp is. I think if Klopp had the endless amount of money that Guardiola has, he would outperform Guardiola. I think Klopp is a better manager than Guardiola. He just doesn't have the same resources to work with.
Absolutely. So, yeah, man. No, we agree. We're on the same page.
Yeah. It's nothing about the ownership specifically being American as much as the American, as in like Americans just like can't figure out the Premier League or something like that. It's more about like the American attitude to business and how an American owner is going to view the Premier League club, versus some billionaire from elsewhere with cash to burn who just wants a plaything.
Well, we're run like you would expect an American investment company to run a club, don't you think? Like business, profits in front of football. We don't make any of the personal, like you hear all the time about how Daniel Levy's a fan, but then he does nothing that you would, like Roman was a fan of Chelsea because he owned them. You see him making decisions like that. Like, we don't see that. We don't get that same kind of benefit.
Honestly, I think Levy takes it to an extreme that not even America. Well, I feel like, I feel like it's a little different with the American companies too, because it's not just business first, profits first, taking money out of the club. it's also kind of this. It's also, I think, a real focus. Well, now that I think about it, actually, all of the things that I would say, actually, Levy has done those things. So yeah, I guess you're right, Scott. He is kind of like he is kind of embodying all those things American owners do. But I mean, I guess
What
he's turned
really
over
fucks
a
me
new
off,
leaf now. So
Kieran, what
it
really
stays that way.
fucks me off, and it's going on right now, is that Enoch are obviously we all know they bought up a load of they haven't just built this stadium and bought the club for whatever it was, 20 million quid, right? And it's now they're valuing it at what was it, 4.5 or 4 billion or something like
I
that.
think it's 4
But
bill. Yeah, 4
yeah,
billion.
but they are opposing affordable housing for people from the area across the road
Oh yeah,
from
well,
White
I
Hart
mean,
Lane.
that's not surprising at all. I mean, they're
It's
literally
disgusting, mate. I'm sorry, but
property.
that's the most evil thing I've ever heard in my
Oh, I
life.
mean,
You know,
I agree with you, Aaron. My sensibilities would definitely put me in opposition to
they're
anything
bringing it
like
through a
that.
court case now, so
But
they can block the development of houses.
but it's not surprising. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, that's what Lewis and Levy are. They're property speculators. They're
Yeah.
property speculators and land developers. That's their business. So yeah, it's not surprising. I mean, they're definitely, everything I've heard from people over there. Everybody says that they're gentrifying Tottenham. Tottenham used to be like the hood, and now it's starting to be this very swanky, like up and
It's still
coming
the hood.
place.
It's still the hood, and if you go to the edge,
Yeah.
uh,
But it's just isn't it just awful though that you're actually legally blocking affordable housing for people that are from the area. Like this is what really winds me up, man.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I
the
mean,
gentrification, okay, all well and good, sure, profitable, but to put people from the area who could have had homes and literally you're making the move that's just, and whatever about, I mean, and this is football aside, like, but Enoch are not nice, right? They're evil. It's all about money.
well,
Sorry
I
for
would
that.
say, unfortunately, when you get to that level of wealth, you're going to be hard pressed to find somebody who isn't doing something bad somewhere. I mean, it's kind of hard to be a billionaire and not have stepped on anybody on your way to the top, right? That's just kind of how it works. So
I'm actually a billionaire and I haven't stepped on anybody.
It is why I think sometimes when
No,
people, I know I'm not going to say that Enoch's the same as Saudis, but we have to be a little bit careful when we're kind of poo-pooing and criticizing other owners that are coming in. Like, no, we want to be run by a moral company. It's like, well, like you said, Kieran,
what is that?
it's
Yeah, what
hard.
does that even mean?
It's hard.
When you, yeah, that and I find it, I don't want to name names, but there are certain people on YouTube and on podcasts who when steak.
Never, me and Steak are going to derail the entire show.
The show ends
Was it
here.
ever on rails?
There,
Bazuma, steak,
Bazuma.
steak.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We're having a sensible conversation there for a minute, and then Steak California pops in, man.
Well, it's probably a better thing that he came in, because I was just going to complain about some other people, in the Spurs like podcast and YouTube world, who always bring up, well, if you don't like Levy, then you got to tell me who's coming in, and how can you pick and try and find a person who's not a murderous dictator or something like that. And it's like, well, I mean, you get, even excluding
that bar is so
even
low.
excluding the worst of the worst, you're still talking about tons of people who've done bad things, whose business decisions have had consequences on people's lives that have harmed people. I mean, you're not going to find a saint who has the money to own a football club, or would want to, So ultimately, top professional football clubs in Europe are one of two things now. They're either an investment, or they're a plaything of the ultra mega, like, 0.5% of wealthiest people in the world. And
Kieran, look, I'm sorry, right? Like my dad has made millions, right? And he was involved in the Irish peace process. He came from a very poor family. He did, like, he looked after the staff when he worked. He's worked in bank. He ran banks in America and in Ireland. He didn't hurt people in or do anything like that.
Yeah,
He set up.
But Aaron,
he
can
set
your
up.
dad buy Tottenham Hotspur Football Club? I'm not
No,
talking
he
about
doesn't have that much wealth.
I'm not talking
No,
about all
he's not
people
up to that level.
with wealth. I'm talking about the people who have enough wealth to buy some of the most valuable sports entities on the planet. There's a difference between people who are millionaires, people who have made a lot of money, who have a lot of money, and people who have wealth that exceeds the GDP of most nations. That's the kind of money I'm talking about. And that's a whole different scenario to the vast majority of people who would be considered rich or wealthy.
It's just like, having grown up in a family that, like, all my relatives were poor, and my dad made, he was successful, but was always kind to everybody. It's like, I can't relate to why people would, regardless if you're millions or billions, why they would stamp on an area and deprive people in N17 of affordable housing, and that really upsets me. And again, I'm sorry to take it off football, but
it is still football, because we're talking about the people who own the football club we support. And if that's something that's happening, then I think people in the UK, in London, Spurs fans should raise that as an issue and bring that to
I'm trying to.
Maybe
I'm
that's
trying
something
to,
the supporters trust should bring up.
It's been one article in the newspaper. It's going on in the courts at the moment, and nobody's addressing it. So that's why I try and raise it at every opportunity I can. I live in Dublin, Ireland. I don't live in N17. I don't live in London. But it's outrageous to me that people don't get to voice this out more. That it's not happening more. People are on every channel. Nobody's bringing it up. It's in the courts. Like, everyone can check it out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, hopefully that does get more attention. I think one of the problems is, at least this is what I've been told from a lot of English Spurs fans, is that a lot of the people who go to Tottenham match day don't live in Tottenham, and a lot of them don't even live within the city of London, like within city limits. Most of those people are commuting to get the games from outside the city, and that the entire geographic area of the fan base has kind of shifted to the suburbs. And
yeah, but we see what that's how like N17 doesn't have a massive population, so obviously you have Tottenham fans like my uncles who are from Ireland, and who will travel over to games with cousins, and people from Essex who'll travel there. And it's London over the years has spread out, urban sprawl, so you're not going to have like a majority of fans coming to Tottenham games that are actually living in the Tottenham area. It's the same for every club, by the way, apart from your kind of single team towns like Newcastle, or Liverpool and Everton. Obviously, there's two clubs in Liverpool, but they would have a massive fan base at home. But in London, we've got like there's 10 clubs, mate. And because urban sprawl, people having to have shifted out of the area.
And it's also because the size of the club, as in general, like we're a big club, and we have a big fan base, and Spurs have done things in the past and had players that people loved, and so it's not like we're Queen's Park Rangers or Crystal Palace, where most of our fans live.
Don't disrespect Queens Park Rangers.
I'm not disrespecting them at all. I'm saying that their fan bases, are more rooted closer to where the clubs actually
Can we talk
are.
about Queens Park Rangers for a second? Can I share a little anecdote about the Queens Park Rangers?
They're like, aren't they kind of like our little brother club or something? We send a lot of players on loan there. I know that.
Before I ever really followed any Premier League or English football for that matter, my brother was like, "Hey, did you know there's a team in England called the Queens Park Rangers?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, their uniforms, they look like park rangers, like park rangers you'd find here, dressed in khakis with little cargo shorts." And so the whole time I was like, man, they really got this team out here dressed like the Queens Park Rangers playing football. That's fucked. That's not nice. But then I learned that that's not the case. They actually do have a uniform.
Joris. Yeah, your brother played you pretty hard. How old were you when you believed this?
Maybe like 13, 14.
All right.
I'm pretty sure QPR, I'm pretty sure back then QPR would have been in, because
like
that would have been like,
I think they were good. They were in the Premier League.
2015, 2016, weren't they? Or maybe 2013, 2014, I think was the last year they were in the Premier
James Joris.
What's up, Joris? Oh,
Big
wait.
up, James.
Oh, wait. Oh, hold up.
James Joris.
And big up Eugene as well. Yeah, QPR is.
Oh, hey, Aaron came back, so I played this song.
I was like, wait,
all right, well,
Aaron was gone. He's like the prodigal son. He was lost. Now he's found.
Yeah, my phone wanked off there for a moment. But QPR, mate. Les Allen, Les Ferdinand, Clive Allen, Martin Allen,
take
the entire Allen family.
And see where my hand goes.
And for us USMNT fans, Jeff Cameron, longtime QPR player, Jeff Cameron.
We've such a massive history with QPR. I'm so vexed that Troy Parrott didn't go there unknown. But oh well. Sure.
Maybe that's where we'll send Alfie Devine. Maybe we could.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, that'd be a great move. It's down. It's not far away.
Did y'all hear that he's like unhappy and he wants first team minutes and?
Yeah, but he's got a contract till 2024, so he can kind of do one, and then we can play him next season if he has a good loan.
Wait,
but we have to work him into the team like right away. I mean, basically, he can go on loan this year, but next season he's got to play with the first team, or else. Or else
Appalachians coming for you, man.
To be fair, we've started our wings. We can't get worse than that.
Yeah, exactly. His contract expires 24, so he goes on loan this season, 22-23. But if 23-24, we can't say hey, you're going to get some first team minutes, then yeah, there's no way he'll sign another contract. And honestly, everything I'm hearing about this kid and some of the freaking highlights I've watched, he looks like he's on his way to being a superstar. I mean,
yeah, but we always overhype our youth.
I was gonna say the way I hear about people talk about him, I'm like, he must be a superstar. And then I watched the U20. I watched the I watched their opening match. I watched it, and he was non-existent, if you will.
Sorry, who is this?
Not non-existent. That's over.
I had to go lock my cat in the other room. It's a big thing.
Just didn't impress me. I wasn't impressed when I saw him.
Watch his England games.
Yeah, he won the freaking U19 Euros.
So did Dane Scarlett. Dane Scarlett had a brace, but I ain't seen him do nothing.
We've got to stop overhyping our youth, and this has been my issue all along with Tottenham fans. Sorry to people, but we hyped up Troy Parrott, we've hyped up Scarlett, we've pumped up all these players. And just got to keep the egos down on these kids.
He had one good preseason, and people got hyped. Yeah. It's not the same. I feel like Devine. I mean, Devine and Scarlett have been praised by have been praised by every coach we've had.
So why don't they play
I feel
him?
because
there's
Nuno's the only one.
Yeah,
They're like 18, guys. I mean, I'm not one to. I think that we overhype, our players way too much. But I do think that Dane Scarlett, which I'm just calling Dane Mbappe, just as a joke, but Dane Scarlett and Dane Mbappe.
I got it the whole time.
The
So
divine.
Alfredinho.
Yeah, Alfredinho, exactly. They're like kids. They're
Divino.
I think that it's too early to tell for them. But the fact that they won the U19 Euros and actually played a big part in it, like I'll give them their flowers for that. Like they had a big part in.
Yeah, and if you look at these kids, I mean, their bodies, they still have boy bodies. They're not men.
I'm not
yet.
checking out their boy bodies.
They can't hang with full-grown men in the Premier League.
Neither can Brian Hill. Neither can Brian Hill.
They gotta get
my
some
issue is
League
the
One
egos that we're creating. They were creating these massive egos.
I heard Brian Hill was the Spanish Messi or the Spanish Neymar.
Like all this
That's what
Lamella.
to me.
Spanish Lamella.
Okay, but the Brian Hill
Lamella's way better than Hill.
I understand, and I think you guys are right. We do overhype a lot of players, but I really think these two guys, Divine and Scarlett, are different from all of these other youngsters that we've overhyped. I mean, just based on the praise they've gotten from Conte, from Mourinho, and from other pundits who have seen them.
That's what gets me hyped up.
I think
that's what gets me hyped up about it. But
I mean, Dane Scarlett, he's already had some first team minutes, in the Europa League and the Conference League,
so and
he hasn't looked bad. He hasn't looked bad at all for his size too, which he's still, like I said, still got that boy's body.
Grovesy.
So he's got to grow up. He's got to fill out.
Jason Groves.
Jason Groves.
Jason Groves.
Hill.
What's up, Leo?
Shaggy.
Hi, Leo.
What's up, Shaggy.
What's up, Leo?
I think hoodlums don't get an intro. I think that's how it goes. I think if you're a hoodlum, you don't get an intro.
I just
didn't get an intro.
I just kind of check you in.
He just kind of throws you in. Technically, you just walk up to the gathering is the way I like to view it. You just walked up to the chill out, and we're just chilling,
Yeah.
How you living?
How's everybody doing, bro?
Your background looking good. I see you.
Yeah, man.
Homie.
Digital Spurs puts you on all of a sudden. It's like
slandering Scarlett and Divine.
I'm not slandering them. I'm just saying that we're overhyping them, and there's a risk of their.
I heard you say that you thought they were shit.
I'm gonna have to run that because I did not say they were shy. I was saying they're overhyped.
I heard
some breakbeats, Jakes. Proper man, like that's not right, mate.
He never said that. I'll give you that. He never said they were shit. He just said.
Are you sure?
We're overhyping them.
Are you questioning Buck Buckley's journalistic integrity?
Okay, the other thing that's Troy Parrott is a little bit different. I think that Troy Parrott is 20 years old. Okay?
He's actually looking pretty good though.
Yeah, he does, but he's 20 years old. Dane Mbappe and Divine, whatever we want to nickname him now. Divine and Aldo. I think that they both are so young, like they're under 19, right? So a lot of development can happen in like a year or two. With Dane going to Portsmouth, like a League One team, and getting like minutes in like this season, who knows what he's gonna like come back with after those minutes, right? Because he's going to play like a real full season. Yes, it's League One, but he's going to play a real full season. So
I think he'll do well there. Honestly, I think it'll be good for him. We got to get Divine on a good loan as well. Maybe MK Dons or like Leyton Orient, something like that. I think Leyton Orient tried to loan him last season. So
MK is a nice stadium. It's a beautiful stadium, and it's pretty new as well.
What's up with that? How does a team that low down in the league have such a nice stadium?
Because Wimbledon folded and they became MK Dons. So Wimbledon were originally called the Dons, and they were going to actually move to Dublin. Would you believe?
I've got a question. I've got a question. is Tottenham related, Colin. So don't look at me like that, buddy. I swear it's Tottenham related. All right. I've been hearing a lot of like Hermaners about one Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta.
I saw a picture of him in a Spurs jersey. That was most likely a Paulinho jersey.
He posted it and was like, "Come get me, dog." I mean, I can't read the Spanish, but I think that's what it said.
I think it says like it's my brother's birthday. Like happy birthday to my brother. I'm almost positive that's why he posted. Like
no, he said, "Antonio, I'll bleed for you, brother." And it's happening. It's on. I think I'd be more excited about him than Madison. I'd be more excited about him than Zaniolo. Bro,
did you see him in Italy though?
In France, I think he played
in France. He's
he
good.
flopped in Italy.
Fucking, you don't buy players from the French league. Like, I mean,
if you get him for 20 mil, and he's
when they got
he's a good. To be fair, I know. I hate to say.
Big up to Ukraine.
I hate to say this.
Yeah,
big up. What it is.
That's
support from Europe, mate. Support from Ireland. Love Ukraine, man. Stand firm, stand strong.
Jason Groves.
Yeah.
Fucking Grousey.
Oh, whoa. Pump the brakes, Aaron.
Why?
Pump the fucking grapes.
Fucking now.
You do nothing.
Oh, pump the grapes, mate.
Oh, yeah.
We really need to get him in here because we're just gonna do shit impressions of him.
Groves, you get the fuck on, so I'll fucking mash you up, you fuck.
Here's the link again for anybody that would like to join. I'm posting again in the chat.
Alex has
I wanted to answer this. I haven't heard any rumors. I'm gonna Google them right now though.
So he's a 6'2", 19-year-old defender from the Ukraine. He plays for Dynamo Kiev, and he seems like a solid prospect. So.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a little bit of talk.
What's going to happen with the Ukraine, league right now, and so they're like, "Well, is it opportunistic for us to maybe grab him?"
Which is kind of a messed up thing to think about.
Yeah,
Ukraine have produced wonderful players over the years, and
absolutely.
Even when you go back to when it was the Soviet Union,
damn Zinchenko, he had a good game.
The 11 players that were playing for Soviet Union were all Dynamo Kiev players, and also were managed by the Dynamo Kiev manager. Over the years, mate, Ukraine are fantastic footballers.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that Yarmolenko was from Ukraine as well.
Cool. Yeah, Shevchenko.
I always thought he was. I always thought that Yarmolenko was gonna explode and be like the biggest player.
Oh yeah.
Explode, but he didn't. I don't know. It's kind of a shame. I really thought he was gonna be. FIFA told me he was gonna be the next big thing.
And then,
hey, could I chime in on the Paqueta rumors?
Yeah.
I think for sure that he's a good shout. He's definitely the cheaper of like the links that we've had for that midfield. I would be really excited if we got him. I know, Aaron, that you're not fond of the players coming from the French league, but there will be one of these times where we do get it right. I mean, just because a lot of them haven't really worked out, doesn't mean that this Paqueta guy won't work out. And also, too, was his tweet in Spanish or in Portuguese? I'm pretty sure it was in Portuguese.
It's probably Portuguese. He's Brazilian.
Yeah. He's Brazilian.
That's the thing.
Can you show the tweet? I'll try and.
We're getting that Brazilian mafia.
And I know Aaron.
So I could see that happening.
And I know Aaron will have something to say about this, but that's what I was going to say, is that, despite it being the French league, despite it being Lyon, whatever you want to say, he is good for Brazil. I've seen him play for Brazil, and he's very good for Brazil.
Oh, no.
And, we got Richarlison now. They have plenty of playing time together. The link up there would be very dangerous. And I'm just imagining playing a 3-5-2. With our midfield being like Bissouma, Højbjerg, or Bissouma Bentancur, and Paqueta up in the 10, and then having Kane and Richarlison up top. I mean, that sounds dirt nasty to me.
And
Yeah.
the other bonus of it is that he has been really, really strongly linked with Arsenal. So
Yeah.
it would be nice to take somebody right from under them.
Like we did with Basuma and Jed Spence.
Yeah. Rightly pisses them off. There's nothing more amusing than listening to Arsenal fans saying, "Well, we didn't want them anyway." But look, just in regards to the French league, the last 3 outfield players that we signed directly from League One have been nightmares, right? And we spanked a load of money on them. Apart from Lloris, that was the only player that we bought directly. He was a goalkeeper. That worked out well. When I lived in Luxembourg, when I was 21, I used to go to games for Mets and watch them, which is where Papa Matasaurus just come from. Who's another player? I have no.
Didn't we get Ndombele from the French league?
Yeah, Leon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, what do you mean?
I would say we got Capu, right?
Straight up
Capu,
swap. What about that? Give you back Ndombele. Give us Paqueta.
Unji, Unkudu, Ndombele. The last 3
world-class
French players we signed.
World-class talent.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Who? Tongi and Dom
One other
Longsword?
thing.
All of them.
One other thing I will say about the whole Brazilian contingent we got going on, you'd have to think if we do bring in another Brazilian player, that's definitely going to be an added bonus. I think Emerson Royale is a lot more comfortable having his contingent, his counterparts there with him, and it makes for a better locker room, a better atmosphere for Lucas Moura, for Richarlison, for even Emerson. So if we were to add another one, imagine how that camaraderie, that what is it like on FIFA, the compatibility, how that'll mesh all together better. So I think if we are going to add some sort of creative midfield or some sort of a new incorporate some new player, Paqueta's definitely one of our best shouts that we have right now. Especially too, if we get rid of another player, I think our net spend will be at 0. So why not go and splash out? I say this, splash out 20 million, 30 million that they're
Get the
asking
water
for him.
emojis ready. Can we get the water emojis ready?
Yeah.
I just want to say that, I mean, yeah, I want all the players to be comfortable and the dressing room spirit to be great and everything, but I am not super concerned or care even if Emerson is comfortable and really enjoys his time in the dressing room and he has a little Brazilian contingency. I don't care enough about it.
He's lucky to be there.
But if he plays better,
in some cases, I want him to be comfortable enough that he can play well. But if he's not playing well, which he's playing, I mean, I know he played pretty okay, good in the last game and stuff. But it's not like he's been consistently playing well.
No, but it's the first game of a season. He can't consistent. Well. He's not allowed to.
Yeah, so exactly. I'm like, if he's not playing consistently well, then I don't want him to get too comfortable either.
Let's be honest, though. That game is probably one of the top 3 games we've seen from Emerson, and it's by far his best attacking performance. And if that's the best attacking performance he can offer, then that's still not good enough.
Still isn't fucking possible.
So we have to see him not only repeat that performance but exceed it for him to still to be considered for that starting right wing back spot moving forward. Because honestly, I like Emerson as a player, as a guy, and I think he works hard and he gives a shit, and I respect him. But god damn, the guy just has no touch. He has no touch at all.
I know. I'm sort of like, how did you become a professional footballer?
Yeah, he's just more of a pure athlete than he really is a footballer, in my opinion.
I rate him as a defender.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
In a 4-4-2, I reckon he could work well, but in Conte's system, who would you prefer?
Why hasn't Conte then pushed for a right back or right wing back? That would be better.
Well, I was going to ask the question. I was going to ask the question there. I was going to ask the question there, like Spence, Doherty, if Doherty is fully fit, or Royale, who do we play versus Chelsea? Who do you want to see in that?
Harvey White.
Can I tell you who we're gonna see instead of we're gonna see Emerson?
Who do you want to see, man?
I think probably Doherty. I think That's
but he's
tough,
not
though.
fully fit. He's not fully fit. He's not ready for Chelsea yet. You know.
Yeah, it'll be Emerson.
I would say that, like, yeah, just at that point, Emerson's your best bet, especially against Chelsea. You're going to want him to be doing more defending than anything anyways. We're going to be playing on the counter. So, I mean, it just depends on how
You think we'll play on the
Chelsea
counter, or
tries
do you think Chelsea will?
It just depends on how much Chelsea tries to come out. If they,
Yeah.
it totally depends on how the game goes. I think both coaches will be trying to react to one another. It could be a really tight game,
I kind of
like a really
it that
low
way.
score. I think it might end up being like a 2-1 or a 1-0. Honestly,
Yeah,
I predicted a 1-1, mate. Kylian,
or a
sorry.
1-1 draw. Yeah, I'm going to predict a 2-1 win because I just think we're
3-0 Tottenham.
Yeah, we're going to the bridge and winning. We're going to the bridge and winning, you guys. This is the year we're gonna go and win.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I mean,
we
they're in
never win
disarray
there.
right now. They got players who want to leave. They got holes to fill. They still don't have
This is
a
the
true
best
number
time to play
9.
Chelsea.
So, yeah, this really is. Tuchel's pissed, and, like, he's already kind of a dickhead anyway, so, like, when he's in a bad mood and upset with how things are going right now, I'm
Julie,
sure
my
players
girlfriend.
are
Sorry, I'm reading the chat at the moment. Julie Seaver's in the house. That's my girlfriend.
Oh,
man.
what? Yeah, that's.
Steak.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Gogama. Hey, Totten Mom.
Yep. What's up, Mom? What are you doing? Isn't it late? Oh, it's only 11:30. All right, well, that's not too bad. But yeah, what's up? What do you think? What's something I can get your opinion on that we talked about? Because I bet you just tuned in. What did we even talk about so far? Oh, I want to hear what you think about Ndombele going to Nottingham Forest. That's the newest news. So,
I don't give a fuck where he goes. He just needs to leave. Just
I
get
know,
off our
but
wage bill.
Nottingham Forest is going to be.
It's just horrible that he go to Forest. I mean, they're such a historic team, and I wouldn't want to curse them with Ndombele. I'd rather just send them to, I don't know, Outer Mongolia.
I don't see that happening. I don't see any way he could.
Because they're in an island.
St.
Is there
Pat's
any
in
way
Ireland.
we could just rip up his contract, you guys? I mean, how much would it cost to just
It
rip
would
that
be a
shit
big
up?
payout, though. It would be a big ass payout.
But still, bro, is it better to just rip that shit up now, or to keep having him on the fucking, not even on the bench,
rip
dude,
the shit
having
up,
him on
mate.
the reserves?
If you rip it up, you gotta pay him. If you rip it up, you gotta pay him all the money
We're
that he's
gonna
owed
pay
on
him
that
either
contract.
way, Colin.
I know, but let's spread it out. Let's spread it out. Anybody, you know what I mean, though? Like anybody, I feel like would want. So say you owe somebody like 10 grand, and you have like 100
Just get
grand.
rid. Just get rid. Why have that?
Yeah, just get rid of him.
Loan him out because you can loan him out, and the
Yeah.
team will pay part of his wages, and then eventually someone will buy him for 10
He's
mil.
been shite since day one, and people were hyping up about, he did this, then
he's
he
not
did a
too
couple
shite
of
to
good
get
things.
bought by somebody. You know, even
I'm gonna-
shitty players go for like 10 million these days, and so if
Honestly,
we can
I wouldn't. To be fair, here's how I would rank it. Number 1 option is permanent sale. Number 2 option is loan with obligation to buy. Number
Right.
3 option is just
Loan
out
with
the
option.
contract. No, fuck options, fuck loans with nothing. We either gotta sell him, get an obligation for another club to buy him.
Okay, get it straight, right? Get it straight. Levy will not rip up that contract, right? He's not going to pay 31 million pounds, right, for Ndombele for nothing. He's going to freeze Ndombele, put him in the freezer, right, and keep it in Hotspur away. That's all.
he's gonna loan him out. We're gonna keep desperately trying to loan him out to pay some of his wages, and then if he performs,
if somebody wants, come on, if somebody wants him, go all ahead, right? Even sell him for $5 million.
Kick him over fucking NFL, fucking
right? Terrible players get sold.
Don't Newcastle and Ndombele.
Off the books, like immediately. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
We can't afford to keep loaning him out. His value's just going to depreciate farther. Honestly,
I'm just saying,
there's
if
no
there's
way.
no,
Oi.
how can
Let's
it
just
depreciate
Gino
further
just
than
no
carve
zero?
value
on. Come
already.
on,
That's
they're
the
always brilliant.
problem. If he's had value, right, he'll be gone. He's really got no value. You see, what we Spurs fans should be doing now is, right, we should be saying, Ndombele is a great player, guys, come and get him. Instead of saying he's a shit player, right?
No, but you guys are all saying
To be
that
fair,
like he
sometimes he
wouldn't.
did do some crazy stuff, but
Yeah, and
There's
Dumble's a
only
world-class
one
player.
Gino. He's
You
gonna
guys no,
crash his car. There's only one Gino.
I'm not
Gino,
sure
let
about
it
that.
out, mate.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe page, you guys, and I'm gonna donate to the cause to just help Levy pay that money.
But you guys real quick, you said that his value is just depreciating with every loan, but it can't depreciate lower than zero. That's not possible. So what
Well, it
is
is if
the
you do Dali Ali and you kick him, you just get him out.
if no one, I'm just saying if nobody wants him, then we have to loan him out. Like and wait, because that's gonna be
How are
cheaper
you gonna
than
loan him
ripping up
out
his
when
contract.
nobody wants him?
well, we can do a.
There's rumors of
Like
like
Aaron said, we
four
can
clubs
do a
wanting him
Dele
on
Alli.
loan.
We can do a transfer where we just literally give them the player,
Guys,
no
I did a
transfer
show on that.
fee, with maybe
Yeah,
some incentives to where if they hit certain targets, we get paid some money, which is what we did with Dele. We could do the
Something
same
Dele
thing
Alli,
again with Ndombele.
The difference is Dele costs $5 million and Don Boy costs 55, which
The other
is like I'm
difference
pretty sure
is
it's still a
Dele
record.
realized his career was going down the toilet, and he had no option but to accept, whatever wages he could get from a club like Everton. Tanguy,
guys.
however, thinks he's hot shit and will not accept, wages too low beyond what
Just to tell you
he's getting.
how bad it is, guys. Right? I did a show on Wednesday with more or less not Spurs fans, most of other clubs fans, right? And there was a rumor that Newcastle was interested in him, and I asked those guys, right, would you like Ndombele, and all of them vomited. That's all. So how are we gonna get rid of him? Unless you're saying that paying his wages is one thing. That means we're still paying the money, half of the money, or 3/4 of the money, right? And the way I see it, right, Levy being the businessman he is, right, he's not going to take anything like that. He'd rather put him with the under 23s, right, or put him somewhere where he'll pay his wages until something happens, right? Or to tell the truth, the worst part is that this was a panic buy, obviously, right? And everyone was saying, oh, this was a Poch buy, Poch wanted him, but was it true or not, we do not know, right? But giving him 200K a week, right, that was something really weird. That time we matched his salary with Harry Kane's salary, or even more than Harry Kane's, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's why Harry Kane's so pissed off.
Not more. He was
at that time,
he was about 20K a week less than Harry Kane, who had the highest, which was 200K, but he was the second highest paid, and Sonny actually made less than him because Sonny was making 140K a week, and he was making like 180K a week, and Harry Kane was making 200K a week.
CQ, Sonny is still making less than him now. Sonny's per week is 192.
No, that's I said, but no, and Ndombele was making.
I mean, even now, I'm saying even now.
No, even now.
No, I'm saying even.
No, so
even now 180K. Yeah.
No,
it's just.
Son,
it's infuriating.
Contract, and now Son is has pay parity with Harry Kane, and so they both are making like 200K. So now Ndombele is making less than Sonny, but originally he was making more than Sonny.
Okay, but to tell the truth, right, Ndombele is
bullshit,
Ndombele. If I were you guys, right, just take it as a bad nightmare and don't care what happens because it's a club's problem, right? And since put him in the freezer, let it be. To tell the truth, Harry Winks,
he'll eat everything in the freezer.
Celso and Ndombele, just let it be, right? It's the club's problem. Yeah, it's the club's problem, right?
It's a ridiculous bit of business, man, by Levy. I mean, how do you bring in
some other club must have been in for him, and we're going to pay him what we were paying him per week.
But
and
nobody was in for him, man.
There
was no other club. There wasn't.
Nothing. How come we're not making a similar moves? This is the window to pay somebody big wages, right? We've never paid anybody like big wages, even now. Like who? And it's crazy.
We're playing bullshit burger belly, 200 quid a fucking week, man.
There had to have been another
That's big
team
wages.
that were offering
How
wages
much
like
are we?
that.
How much are we paying Sanchez anyway?
Also, too, it might be a situation where Ndombele is just like doing the whole Danny Rose thing and just saying, "Fuck you guys, I'm gonna ride my contract out." You know, I don't care if Newcastle comes in for me. I don't care if Nottingham Forest comes in for me. I don't even care if Villarreal comes in for me.
It's exactly
You guys
what
are
he's
gonna pay
doing.
me
What
my
would you do
money.
if you're getting 200 quid a
Yeah,
week to
why
be,
would
or
you?
200
Yeah,
grand
I
a week to be
agree. I
sitting
agree. You know,
on your arse and doing
in that
nothing?
aspect, he's smart about it. You know what I mean? And us as fans, we're pissed off because we're sitting here paying a big old chunk of wages to this idiot, and it's just like. But at the end of the day, bro, it's smart business on Ndombele's part. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, the
can't
dude's
deny
probably,
that.
right now as we speak, he's probably sitting there eating some freaking KFC, playing some FIFA against some little kid, just beating him like soft as zip.
Burgers.
You know what I mean? Like, just, just like fuck,
I'm
man,
just
get out the club
picturing
already,
it.
dude.
Just
Bro,
picturing
I mean,
It sounds awesome.
And his
The,
fucking
the
man.
Blake's
only
probably eating the
25.
finest Kobe Wagyu steak in the world, mate. You know, and laughing at us all like
Steak.
But guys,
Yeah.
guys,
top
and
just
you know
talking
dog.
about
what? You know
burgers,
what's even
right?
funnier?
Just talking about burgers. Yeah, just talking about burgers, right? Malaysia finally has 5 guys. I don't know.
Oh,
Five
you got
Guys, cheese and bacon's pretty good, man.
Very
But it's
nice.
halal. No? Don't forget, guys, it's halal. In Malaysia, it's halal.
I forgot that.
So the Ndombele thing, like, of course, he's just sitting pretty there, as you guys are all saying, like sitting pretty there, just collecting checks and everything. I'm sure he does want to go to some club where he's going to be, you know, star and doing so great because people all want to do great. He just doesn't want to put the work in, is the only thing to like get there. So I think that like, I mean, obviously it's annoying that he's getting paid so much, but what's more annoying to me is the fact that like he was getting pretty much the same as Harry Kane and getting more than Sonny when it came on. So if anything, I felt like it was like more insulting to the players in the dressing room. And if like, because it has been reported on, and if everybody like knows about that, all the other players know around where he's getting paid and how shitty he was playing and how much work he was putting in, which was very little, and has his bad attitude, that's a bad influence on the dressing room. Like that's a bad effect on the dressing room. So I think that it's good that Conte actually just expelled him basically from training and the dressing room, because having that around the dressing room is just like not healthy, because they're just like, no, oh, this guy who has such a bad attitude and is not working hard is getting paid like one of the most in the club. Like that's,
I'm
they're
gonna
gonna
ask him
be
the real
resentful of
question.
that.
So, do you think that he was
Cubesy.
crispy or a regular
He-
KFC guy?
Oh,
I
This
can't
was
hear
extra
both of
crispy,
you. One
bro.
of you guys talk.
no, Cubes. I was just going to say he's never shown me since day one that he was committed to being a successful player. That he had the ambition to be a successful player. The French team booted him out. Right, the French manager played Pogba in there ahead of like Pogba, who's another useless wanker. So, like, I've never
All
seen
right,
any.
Soonest. I'm starting to sound like Soonest over here.
Who,
Paul Pogba.
That's the thing though with Dembele. He doesn't have to be like the hardest worker, right? He doesn't have to be James Milner. Just if he just gave even, he doesn't even have to be average. If he was just
a
slightly
smidgen, mate.
below average effort, he might not be the player of the $60 million or pound, whatever player. But if he just gave kind of a good, he would be at least useful. And he's not even there. That's
know
that
what?
like he has such a bad attitude that he's not even able to be played at all.
And the thing about this is, and the worst thing about the entire Ndombele transfer, is that he has had this problem his entire career. It's been noted by multiple managers. It's the reason he dropped like a top French academy to the fourth division of French football.
Weight
I mean,
problems?
like this is, and he was able to work his way back up mostly on, his talent. He's always relied on his natural talent and has never been a hard worker. And again, if Levy and I guess what's his name at the time? Oh my god.
Joe Lewis.
No. The
Hitchens.
Steve Hitchens. Yeah. If Levy and Hitchen had done
They leave.
even the most basic homework, if the scouts who were there at the time had even the most basic research on this guy, they would have known that he had this issue. So I feel like they did know, and they did, and I think whoever said it before, I can't remember, was right. It was a panic buy. The only reason we spent $60 million on this guy and paid him, $180K a week is because we were running out of time. We needed a big time signing. We needed a creative midfielder, and we bought him.
He had a couple of games in Champions League, and then we decide, yeah, here you go. Here's 200,000 euro a week, based off the fact of the fact that you've had a couple of games in the Champions League and
beat Man City.
Exactly. Yes, it was against City. So Daniel Levy goes, "Oh, Jesus, little appease the fans, man." It was rubbish. Pardon?
Well, he also came in on the first game of the season on his debut, gets subbed on, and then just scores an absolute beauty of a goal against Aston Villa.
So Cello Vera, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce. But Lo Celso is like, he did well at Villarreal, and so I don't know whether or not it's like, I mean, I know he has like a bad attitude in the sense that like he doesn't get along with Conte. He was like said some really shitty things about him and everything. But like Lo Celso might be just like a situational thing, as far as like didn't get along, didn't see eye to eye with certain managers, did not take well to the league, various things like that, right? He's seen some success in other leagues, so I wouldn't write him off in its entirety. I just think it's probably just not a good match for us. And then in Ndombele, like that's like a different story. He hasn't seen like success anywhere, so that's different. But as far as Poch is concerned, I will say this: like the Poch leaving us with like the shit that is in Ndombele and Lo Celso, it's like, yeah, but he also got us Sonny, right? So it kind of like evens out in some regard. And also Dele Alli, who I know ended up becoming like, falling apart later on, but somehow Poch got like the best out of Dele Alli. So maybe when Poch signed these guys, he thought, okay, these are good players for me as in Poch, and I can get the best out of them. But then what ended up happening was Poch left, and then these guys had all these different managers they don't really work well with these managers, and they don't fit our system anymore.
So I'll tell you what happened with Dele. He met Ruby, his girlfriend, and she was a model.
Yeah, but I'm saying that like in general, some of these players, I wouldn't say, I think Ndombele is a little bit of a different story, but I think that some of these players are just like situational, like maybe doesn't take to the league, maybe doesn't take to that manager, maybe we forget that the last last few years have been really like unstable at our club, right? We've had so many different managers, so many different styles of play. We've like kept changing things, kept changing the system. Not every player is going to be able to fit into everybody's plans. That's why stability and consistency is so important.
Oh, okay, hang on. So Ndombele and Dele, and who played under Pochettino, who's a terrific manager, I think we would all agree, and Burger Bellies, who's played under Conte. You're not telling me that these guys are going to play for top managers like that?
No, I said Lo Celso. I said Lo Celso.
Oh, Lo Celso never wanted to be in London, mate. That's probably a family thing or something.
Yeah, because the person in the chat said that Poch left us the shit that was in Ndombele and Lo Celso.
No, Poch, you can't be blaming Poch for poor signings. Poch was not responsible for our signings, right? And I hate this.
Poch was in the Bala.
Yeah, but okay. So why do people give Paratici? Why are people giving Paratici credit for signings, and and then one minute they say, "Oh, it's a Levy signing," then it's a Conte signing, it's a Paratici signing.
There's all a part to play. Like it depends on how much they pushed for it. So you can say that, for example, Spence was, Conte saying like, oh, Spence was a club signing. I said that it was probably a club signing before that was confirmed, right? But that does not mean that Conte didn't approve it. So there are certain signings that are spearheaded or pushed by somebody, whether it be Levy or Paratici or Conte, one of them more than the other, right? But they all had a part to play. They all have to give like the okay for it. And that was likely the case back then too, because for example, I forget what his name is. Maybe was it Steve Hitchens or the guy, the director who signed.
Yeah, but these are scouts. They're scouts.
No, the director who signed Son. Okay,
director. Yeah, but a director just means you're the chief scout. The same with Paratici is.
Aaron, let me finish.
Cube, are you talking?
The director who
Cube, are you
signed,
talking about the
sorry, Cube. Sorry, Cube.
The director who signed Son, like who just gave an interview to Sky Sports and was trying to take all this credit for signing Son, for example, and he was like, I got a lot of flack for signing him. I believed in him. A lot of people in the club thought that he wasn't a good finisher. See, I told you that he was a good finisher. Like that dude, I think it's Steve Hitchens, but whatever, that dude, he's taking way too much credit because Poch has admitted and said in the documentary before that he had wanted Son and tried to get him when he was the manager at Southampton. And Levy had his eye on Son for a really, really long time and even went to the training grounds at Leverkusen and stayed there and wouldn't leave until Son actually signed with us. So everybody, all of these guys, whether it be director of football, whether it be the manager, whether it be Levy, they all want to take all the credit or they want none of the credit, depending on how the actual player turns out. But they all have a part to play in it.
Well, I absolutely agree with everything you said there, Cubesy. And it's you have a director of football to me is a chief scout, right? And they've got a crew of scouts underneath them. And
that's the thing now. You see, what we have in the manager in Conte now, right? Conte sees the vision, and Conte sees his vision, and Conte sees who he wants. The players that have come in recently, right? We can say maybe 80% they are maybe Conte's choice, right? Or Conte's approved of it, right? But Conte is not. No manager is going to come out, right, and say that I want this player and go get him for me, right? At the moment, because nowadays when you say that, right, the clubs will up their price like 10, 20, 30%, right? Those selling clubs. But what I'm saying now is that at least, right, we have Conte there, which Levy, right, is at last listening to a manager and getting the players, or more or less the players, the type of players that he wants. Previously, all the signings I've seen, right, are more like a club signing than the manager signing. Don't forget, in the end of the day, right, what did Poch say? I'm not the manager, I'm just the head coach.
Yeah.
Right? The clubs bring in the players for me, and I try to coach them. That's all.
Yeah.
See? So I don't have a choice. More or less.
There's always a structure in a football club.
But now, with Conte there, right, what I see is, right, we are getting players more or less of Conte's choice. That's all I see. And maybe that will be a positive thing for us to look into, right? That's how I see it.
It's more promising than it has been. Eugene, you and I have been Tottenham fans for a long time, and we're both, neither of us particularly like Enoch and the way the club's been run, but there has been an improvement, I think, in this year's or the season's, or whatever you call it, transfer window. Look, let's hope Conte gets more control over it all, because he's a world-class manager, and I just want players that suit the system that he wants, not these, loan and buy, or buy and loan out kind of deals like Brian Hill or Papimet Sarr, or who's our latest one.
The other thing I would want to say is that most players, you have to be a really, really, really top tier player to be able to play in any system or under any manager. Kane is one of those, right? Son is one of those. They can play in a lot of different systems, under a lot of managers, get along with those managers and do really well. But even like Lukaku, he can't play in every system and under every manager. He's shown that, right? But he's brilliant in some situations. The same can be said with a lot of others as well. Pogba, you can say that, you can criticize him all you want, but he works in some systems and some situations. right? So I think that it depends on whether or not you fin this. Even okay, I'm even going to go as far as saying Trent Alexander-Arnold. I feel like Trent Alexander-Arnold would not work in every system, of course, because we all know that he has problems defensively. He's really good going forward. He's an excellent passer, but as that role that he has, like that could only work in some cases and under somebody like Klopp and in the Liverpool system, which he's talked about, even saying that Klopp gave him the freedom to play in this way that is best suited for him. When we saw a back three with Southgate, right, and he tried to put Trent there and he was like horrible, right? So the player has to fit the system and has to fit the manager, and all those things need to be aligned for it to work. So I think that some of these players, like Lo Celso, I'm giving as an example, fits certain managers and certain systems and not others. That he's not like the kind of player that Son and Kane are, that they're so good that they could be anywhere and do good anywhere. But that doesn't mean that Lo Celso, for example, is a shit player, because he's shown that he can be successful some places.
Totally agree with you there.
The same reason why Doherty, was terrible under Mourinho, but then under Conte, after some time, started to show what he was capable of in his natural position as a right wing back versus
he's not that bad. Look, I'm not going to rate him above average, all right, but he five assists and 2 goals, mate, when he was playing the right system in what, 6 or 7 games. You can't knock that.
I mean, he's definitely, confidence is a big deal with him. We saw, though, that when his confidence is high, he can produce from that position, but not other positions. I mean, I think I agree with Lo Celso. The reason Dele and Ndombele are not mentioned in that group of players is because it's not about that with them. It's not about tactical situation or positional play. It's effort and attitude mostly. So, I mean, I think there are a lot of players that fit in that. So
I actually disagree a little bit in regards to Dele Alli. I feel like in Dele's situation, I agree with you that there's some element of just like his work ethic, of course, and those kind of things. But I also think that he was struggling from just kind of low self-confidence. And I think he's struggling with his like mental health in general, to be totally honest, because I mean, he did get assaulted and robbed.
Sorry, I just saw a couple of messages there from Scott. I don't keep up with the chat that goes on the stream.
Guys, I've got to make a move. I've reached my destination.
Without crashing a car. Well done.
Steak.
Bazuma.
Steak.
All right.
I was muted. I just wanted to say, hey, he didn't say specifically that he didn't crash. He just said he got to work, so he could have crashed.
Why am I looking at Sonny's balls again? Or sorry, his non-brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, talking balls, baby.
Scotty, I wasn't. I hope Scotty doesn't think I was praising Paratici. I was saying that I think he's getting
in the chat.
Yeah, he
said in the chat.
Team Denim, baby.
So
Team Denim.
Also,
I don't know. Here's the thing
like,
with
we all
Dele,
have our opinions, but my thing with Dele Alli is like I think that he was struggling with some things, like mentally, and his work ethic wasn't good, and like he was so young that like the money went to his head, and all those different things were all at play. But I also think that there was a system issue as well, because people, as Son actually got better and he rose to the occasion, then as Son rose to the occasion and got better in his role, I think that he kind of, I read this article, which I agree with. He kind of
no, not this again, not the nipples.
He displaced Dele a little bit, and like Dele was like, what do I, like, they didn't know what to do with him a little bit, because he kind of was, he had a really good link up with Harry Kane originally, and then he started to falter, and then once he started to falter, then it seemed like he wasn't needed as much, right? And then his confidence went down, and then once his confidence went down, then
I think this is actually a failure of coaching. I'd agree. I don't know if, for me, I think Dele's skill set is versatile enough that he should be able to shift into playing several different roles in different in systems and formations. I think he has enough in different areas to where he should be able to move around more than he does. The fact that he seems so locked into having this like almost free this like get into the box almost not even really a box to box as much as just like making late runs into the box from the number 10 position or from the wing position. It just I don't know. His game is just so limited and one dimensional, and I feel like he has enough skill that he should have been able to expand upon that. And maybe that's a failure of coaching along with all the other factors. But I just feel like I don't think it's really on the system. I think it's on Delhi's inability to expand his game because he's just too talented to be that. He's not like Lucas Moura, who literally has one thing. He gets the ball to feet, he turns, and he runs straight. Like, and he does little wiggles and like weaves in and out. And then he inevitably either gets fouled, loses the ball, or shoots and misses. It's like but Delhi has more to his game than that, and I feel like if the conditions were right, he should have been able to expand. But you're probably right. I think all the outside factors just proved too much for him, and I wonder if he had a real lack of support, in his life and maybe even in the club, as well.
Look, we all know Delhi's backstory, right? About the alcoholic mother and being adopted or fostered, and growing up in Birmingham, I think it was, a very unusual upbringing. But I said it to my uncle. As soon as I saw Dele Alli appearing in like newspapers with Ruby, his girlfriend, when he all of a sudden become like a 20-year-old superstar, I said, "This is the end of Dele Alli. He's gonna go off the rails now. He's gonna get the celebrity status going to his head." Am I speaking too fast, by the way? I'll try and slow it down if I am, if no one understands.
No, I understand you. You're good.
But I bonked it off to my uncle straight up. I said, "This is it, mate. This is Dele Alli superstar status now, and this is going to fuck him up. He's going to go off the rails, same way Gaza did, same way Maradona did, and now obviously it hasn't gone that far. But Dele was and is such a talented footballer, and it breaks my heart. Oh, Jakey's back. Guess who's back? Back again.
Well, one last thing to say about Ndombele though, because I know that some people in the chat were talking about Ndombele, rumors of him going to Newcastle. I was just like, I don't think a prime club will take him at all. Any rumors that are happening there is I just call bullshit. I don't think a single
me too.
Couple.
I agree 100%, Cubes.
I believe that Mourinho would take him, but I don't know if I believe that Mourinho would have him. I just don't know if Roma want to pay for him, and there's no way they're letting us include him in a deal with for Zaniolo. So that's not
even
happening
anymore, guys.
The thing about Dele Alli, I've got a conspiracy. How about he didn't train at all during the lockdown period, and it was just him repeating himself on a video?
There you go.
Ndombele stakes.
No, Dele Alli. Just fake his train, and then he trained once.
Was out pouring around London, mate. He was in Soho all the time.
Exactly.
It was an inside job from Pep Guardiola's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
We all know what Dele Alli's been up to, right? A little bit of mischief, a little bit naughty, not focusing on football.
He's been having fun though. I'm sure he's been having a good life.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like all the fame and the money and all that stuff, it's really nice at first, but eventually I feel like if you're not fulfilled in other areas of your life, I don't know, football, which was his passion, then he's probably going too great.
As football fans, though,
and everything else,
As football fans, though, and myself, who was an athlete and played several sports, cycling, rugby, football, martial arts, I never, I always gave it 100%. So when I see people like Delhi and Belly with a million times more talent than I ever had, just blow it up, and they don't do it. Like it's heartbreaking, for me. It really upsets me that these guys have a million times more talent than me. They don't do something with their ability because, it's just. I wish I had their ability, and I wish they had my attitude when it comes to sport. Sorry for that one.
No,
Hey,
no
real
apologies.
quick, I know it's. I mean, we got to get in where we fit in and shit. So I just wanted to say, has anybody read the whole thing with oh shit, I knew his name, Declan Rice, the West Ham player.
Oh yeah, what's Dombele?
Oh, you're going to get me going
he
on
was
Declan
talking
Rice
about
now, who played for Ireland's youth team and
He was
defected to
talking
England.
about how the toughest player he's played against is Ndombele. When he played him in the Europa League, quarter semi, something like that, he said that definitely playing against Ndombele was one of the hardest matchups for him personally.
I did see that.
It was one
dude,
good game, and I did see it. I did hear that, Leo. It was one
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
one.
Yeah, had a very good game that.
Yeah,
when
but it was
Ndombele,
one good game.
Yeah.
when he wants to play, I mean, he does ridiculous shit. He's really hard to get the ball off of. His dribbling style is like unlike anybody else.
Plays
It's
like me.
It's like this kind of like, you know how that, like, I don't know. There's like the kung fu, like drunken fist or like drunken master style. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like that. He looks like he's drunk or something. He'll like do these staggers and false steps and all this stuff that's like, it's almost slow motion and it catches people off.
Bolster.
It's crazy.
Which makes it even sadder when you think about how he is actually pretty talented, and actually Delhi as well. They're both so talented, but they're just such fails.
They don't
just
give a
so
fuck.
much. But like if Declan Rice is saying that, which I did see that too, I'm like, yeah, great. Put it out there. Just, big up him. Everybody talk really well about him. I know our fan base is like shitting on him, but like everybody else talk really well about him because we need to get rid of
even the French fans are shitting on him. Like
we need
Declan Rice to go and beg the ownership to get him.
Fuck Declan Rice.
Sell him to Wet
He's a
Spam.
worker.
And go play with them.
You never told me about how much you hated Declan Rice before, so
it's just that Jack Grealish and Declan Rice came through the Irish academy system and then played for Irish team as youths through the under 16s, 18s, 19s, and then as soon as they became kind of recognised, they became English players. Now I've nothing against that. But it's just a little bit twitchy with me, like, so Rice and Grealish. Harry Kane, by the way, also Irish. Gascoigne, Irish ancestry. Wayne Rooney, Irish ancestry. So it just gripes a little bit, mate, that Ireland missed out on all these great players.
Harry Kane is Irish? Damn, man.
Harry's grandparents are from...
He's like the most English dude, like, ever, when he talks.
Harry Kane's grandparents are from Connemara in the west of Ireland, and he supports and built a clubhouse for their local team.
That's wild.
In the west
I did not know that. Damn.
Well, now see, you learn things on this show too. It's not just debauchery.
It's very educational, man. We teach you all about shit like technometology,
steak, and pictures of sun with and without jeans on. Which, in case anyone needed to know,
his measurement of his nipple.
Oh, sorry about that, Colin.
That was hilarious. We were both about to do it.
I was like, I think he's calling for it. I hear it in his voice.
I'm calling for it.
That's it.
You get
serious. His nipples have got a 1.5 centimeters.
I mean, just look at that, everybody.
What did you just yell, Steak?
Big up Bob Spur.
Oh.
The biggest up to Bob Spur. Bob Spur, what do you think of this picture?
Why is his left nipple so much larger than his right nipple?
It's just the lighting. It's just the lighting, bro.
Yeah, it's the
I
angle.
don't know, mate.
They look
I
fine
think
to
it's
me.
the
Ryan is
angle.
so obsessed with his nipples. He keeps.
I think he's more tense on the left side.
As much as I love looking at Sunny, and he actually, you put it up and it did distract me a little bit. I was gonna say,
Oh
It's,
yeah.
it's just
How-
weird
how
nipples.
can it not?
Seriously.
Bobby K had a question in the chat.
Look at Jacob.
Was asking if we thought that all the if Sess was gonna have his ego or like damaged if like Perisic was like picked before him or something.
I think
Tune
that
in the
would
radio.
be silly. I think that would be silly. I think Perisic is mentoring him. I think he also recognizes that Ivan Perisic is an elite European player who deserves massive respect. He's a multiple-time, champion. He's just an all-around excellent player in multiple positions on the pitch. Like, always scores goals. I mean, got to a World Cup final with Croatia. On and on. The dude's amazing and seriously underrated, I think. But he's definitely among players, and he knows the caliber of player he is, and he knows he's gonna start games when he's fit, but he knows he'll get his chance as well. It's a lot of games season.
Yeah,
So do we think he'll be fit? Has there been any news about whether or not he'll be fully fit to play against Chelsea?
To start Perisic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still want Sessegnon to play.
Honestly, I'd probably start Sess and bring Perisic on as a sub. I think he'd be even more dangerous as a sub. Because he comes on the pitch and totally switches the games when there's already an hour in the legs of all the Chelsea players. Yeah.
Yeah, Karian. I think that's what's going to happen because Perisic is fit enough to play, but I don't know. I don't think that he's 100% where he can play a full game. So I think that it's likely that he'll probably start with Sess and then bring him on as a sub like he did with Southampton, which I don't mind at all. It's fine.
So can we do a quick wrap around the clock about who's our starting 11? If everybody gives their first starting 11 versus the scum, or well, not the scum, but Chelsea scum. Who would everybody like to see start?
We know the obviously Lloris in goal, Romero, Dyer, Davis. I think Emerson, Sessegnon, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Kulusevski, Kane, Son. Yeah, basically the same starting 11, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Is there a shout for Basuma to take that?
I
want
want Basuma. I want Basuma and Bentancur.
Take out Bentancur and put in Basuma, or him, Basuma and Bentancur together.
Basuma and Bentancur.
I think Basuma plays more of Højbjerg's role, so I think he would. Højbjerg. Yeah.
Do you toss Basuma into that game?
Why not?
I don't.
No, either do I. And also, I disagree with Kieran's choices of fullback. Sorry, but when you played the bridge, mate, you got to go with experience.
I just think that neither Doherty or Paris, full match fitness, and I think going against a very good team in Chelsea at their level of fitness is dangerous. Not just in terms of their ability to deal with, because you got to remember they're going up against Reece James and Ben Chilwell, two of the best fullbacks in Europe, not just the league. I mean, I think it's going to be it's going to be tough, and I really think that both of them will likely come on as subs, and I think they'll probably be more useful as subs, especially Perisic. I think Perisic coming on as a 65th, 70th minute sub, it totally changes the game for us. And, then we can bring Richarlison on as well. Yeah, I don't know.
Cubes, what's your first 11? 11 Sunnies?
Yeah, if I could. Actually, no Sonny on defense though. I'm not crazy. I'm not delusional. I love Sonny, but I'm not delusional.
The left back.
No Sonny defender. But I would say the same 11 that we started with versus Southampton. But I would really, really love it if he just brought on, which he's not going to do, but he brought on Basuma with Betancourt and replaced Hoiberg with Basuma just to see what the Basuma and Betancourt
I just
combo.
feel like,
But I don't think he's going to do.
I want to see it,
because
but not
he's
in this
always
game.
I want to see what that looks like, but I don't think he's going to do it because I think that he just loves Hoiberg and just will always want him on there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and also it's Chelsea, who beat us 3 times last year.
I could see us probably doing that Bentancur and Basuma after, because I mean, let's be real, Basuma did come on last week. He was nursing that kind of little injury that he got or whatever. So maybe that's probably why he wouldn't be starting against Chelsea this weekend. But definitely, I could see a Bentancur Basuma combo for the Wolves game.
No, I meant that he's. I mean, of course, he's not going to start, but I meant like every time when he subs Basuma on, or vice versa with Betancourt, it's always with Hoiberg. He doesn't use the Betancourt Basuma combo because I think he really loves Hoiberg and likes to have that kind of leadership in the middle. Because if he was trying out Basuma and Betancourt combo, then he would have tried it in preseason, which he didn't at all. So it's pretty much like he thinks of Basuma and Betancourt as, replacing each other as opposed to one of them replacing Hoiberg.
Yeah, good point, Cubed.
And I like the way Bob puts it here too. That basically you play on merit, and Seth should play because he has performed well, and that should be his only case for playing, not because of feelings or confidence or whatever.
But right now, I think it's more about fitness than either performance or confidence or whatever. I think right now it's about fitness, and that's why Emerson and Sessegnon start. I think because they're fit.
Are you into fitness?
For me to win at the bridge, you need fitness, experience, and knowledge. That's why I'd be choosing if Perisic and Doherty are fit. I'd be playing them in front of.
Aaron. Are you into fitness?
Into fitness, I'm a martial artist, man.
It was a joke.
No one's taking the bait. Nobody's taking the joke, the hook, man.
You know where
I know.
Oh God, no, God.
What am I missing here? Did I miss something?
I just gotta. Oh.
I don't know where you're going with it, but
I
I'll stay right here. How about that? I'll stay right here.
I think you should pause it there.
Fitness whole. Yeah.
Are we going? We're not doing another 4-hour, please, because my brain's already.
No, I can't do it. You guys do whatever you want, as long as you can talk Jacob into.
I'm about to bunk off, mate. Seriously, brother.
No.
Yeah.
When
Colin, I have a little rant about Chelsea.
Yeah,
about Chelsea.
Yes.
So, I am very aware of the history with Chelsea and us, like as a fixture. Like I know it, I understand. So it doesn't make me think like, oh, we're gonna just batter them and it's gonna be easy. Like I predicted like a nervy win. Okay, so I'm fully aware of that history and with that fixture. That being said, it annoys me so much when Chelsea fans and just a lot of other fans too in certain clubs, but especially Chelsea fans that are like, well, it's Chelsea. Like they have no other reason for thinking that they're going to finish above us on the table, or they're going to, beat us like at, the bridge this weekend or anything like that, other than just it's Chelsea. And just in general, and Tottenham loses. Like that's like basically what is a constant sort of narrative.
They absolutely BF'd us last year. Like
they beat us 4 times last year.
We never had a fully fit squad. Every time we either had Nuno, which is a handicap, or we had multiple injuries.
Well, I don't think Nuno's handicapped, dude. He's just not a good manager.
No, that's why I mean it's a handicap. Like you're already down 2 goals because he's such a bad manager, honestly. That's what I mean.
But no matter what manager we've had, we've been battered there for how long now? 20 years, 15 years, man. It's
Well, my point is just
We-
like
we-
I understand it's like our bogey team. Like I get
We
that.
did it
oh,
under Pope.
totally.
But I just feel like the defense is just like, well, it's Chelsea. Like I'm like that's not a real defense. Like you can be like it's Chelsea, and also we have this and this player, and da 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 da. It just really annoys me when clubs like just like fans, certain fans, they only lean on historical. They don't lean on
Yeah,
Cubes.
anything that has to do with where they're
We've
at right
never
now,
had
what the
Antonio
transfer
Conte
window
with
looks
all
like,
our
what the
signings.
manager is. What?
Exactly. You preach.
Cubes.
You're
I've
killing
no logic to what I'm saying, right? It's just
Bob Spur, I
years
got
and
you.
years
I'll
and
be there for
years.
you. I'll be
Sorry,
Trauma.
Cubes.
It's trauma, but Aaron, you gotta let the trauma go because Antonio Conte is here now. We haven't had a
I
manager
hate
of
to be
this
optimistic.
caliber.
I've got all these superstitions. I have no religion. I'm in general life. I'm not superstitious. When it comes to playing football, I kiss my Tottenham tattoo 3 times. I touch wood 3 times. I touch my head 3 times. Like there's no logic to it.
I cook 10 steaks each time.
You have a
I'm
Tottenham
gonna be
tattoo
cooking
also?
3 steaks on the weekend, mate. But like seriously, it's just so many
Who's
years.
hey,
in
wait,
Chelsea.
important. Who's the other steak for? You say that like you're cooking a steak for somebody else. You got a lady? Is there a
No, I
lady?
said
I'm not
10
gonna tell you, right?
steaks
Oh, 10 steaks.
altogether.
10
Oh.
hags.
It's better than tube steak.
Yeah. Right.
Aaron loves touching wood. Thanks, Bob. Yeah. Don't worry, mate.
I mean, he does do it 3
Oh,
times in a
yeah.
row, so.
I
Oh,
touch
yeah.
wood 3 times every day, Bobby.
Did you hear that?
No,
3
but seriously,
times
like
every day.
it's not that I'm not. I just don't want to say we're gonna win. Like I don't want to jinx us. I know it's stupid. It's illogical. It's ridiculous, but I just hate to pump us up. You know, I look if we come out of this game at the bridge and we win, I'll be on the bandwagon. I'll be chomping on the Conte train, mate, all the way to Seven Sisters, man. But if I just don't want to get overhyped too soon. And, yeah, that's it, mate. I'm scared of being I don't know, overpumped.
I'm just trying to manifest it, man. We're gonna win. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Don't say that. Don't jinx us, though.
It's not a jinx. You gotta put forth the positive affirmation.
I'm gonna put $60. I'm gonna put
The
$60
positive
bet on.
juju magic.
I'm gonna put a $60 bet on Spurs right now.
Go on, Colin.
Do it.
I feel like you can say that like you're not like super I think it's fair to say like we're not all super confident about it. Like it is a tough fixture. We have a history with it, but that doesn't.
It might be a
You
draw.
can also say that you feel like we're gonna beat them. Like, that's
It
I
could
don't
be
think
a
that's
draw.
infinite.
Yeah.
Because
Because we're not saying we're
It
gonna
could
batter
just
them.
as
It's gonna be so
easily
easy.
Okay.
Guys,
Sequence.
It's not gonna be easy. No.
We're going to Stamford Bridge because we're going to take the 3 points. We're going to put the good vibes in the air. It's
I
not
really
jinxing
think-
it. We're wishing good vibes. We have a way better team right now than Chelsea. We're more prepared in every aspect for this game. I mean, it's like the great Nas said. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. That's how I'm feeling. The bridge is over. The bridge is over.
Yeah.
Plus one for
Exactly.
the
We have
non-reference.
reasons to believe that we would win. It's not like we're just randomly saying it. We have their former manager. So
Also,
that wants
the-
to beat them. Our manager wants to beat them.
Yeah.
Here's a nerdy bend to this, and that's the Athletic put out a poll of Premier League fans, asking how confident are you about this upcoming season? Like, how positive are you feeling? Tottenham fans were like number 2 or number 3, and Chelsea fans were 19. They were like, and it's just I don't know. I think the trajectories of the two clubs right now are polar opposite. And if there was
Agree.
ever a time for us to go
Exactly.
there and win, it's right now.
Right now.
It's this time. We
Yeah.
have to do it. It
If
must
we
happen.
don't,
And
it's
I
a problem.
guarantee Conte wants this so bad
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he fucking hates Chelsea. And
Yeah.
he definitely wants revenge. And
Yeah.
oh man,
They
he's
they
probably
I
fired
hate
him and
he's
he's
Chelsea,
probably
still
bro.
telling these
won.
players, "You will win, or I will
Chelsea.
kill you all." Like,
Yeah.
get ready
I
to
agree.
run
I
until you
agree.
throw up next week if you lose this game. You
I
know?
agree.
They're running. They're running
If we
until they
don't
throw up,
win-
regardless.
Yeah,
If we
true.
don't
That's true.
win, then I would be like, okay, we need to take a really good look at ourselves. Like if we don't win, this is like the most just sort of beaten up, like weak Chelsea like team
Yeah.
that's been there for a while. So I'm like,
Yeah. Yep.
if
Yep.
They
we
drew
don't
with an
win,
MLS team
yeah, if
in
we don't win, we're in
preseason.
trouble. Like if we don't win, then it's
Shit,
like
Bob,
then
damn.
we have
They
to look
look-
at ourselves and be like, should we be really looking at ourselves as a top 4 team? Like, does it make
Yeah,
sense for us to be
seriously.
looking at
Yeah.
top 4?
I mean,
you need
Tuchel's
to-
having fits in the media. I mean, this is we gotta do it now.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah, because
that
come
guy.
later on in the season, they might be stronger next. I mean,
They
on the next fixture, you know. So this is the best time to play them. Also, too, you know, Conte's really pumped for this game because last year all he did was compare us to his Chelsea side, compare us to how Chelsea was. You know, like he held that Chelsea team as the standard, and when we played them 3 times, you know, and we lost each time, he was pissed off, you know, like and then also too, I think he's even come out and said like not too far back saying like he wants to play Chelsea again to see where we're at now, you know. So I think if we lose,
Definitely. Sorry, Leo.
go ahead, my man. No, go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, it's definitely the right time to be playing Chelsea, mate, with everything's got, you know, what's gone on at their club lately. And, fuck it. I mean, yeah, I mean, they're in a bit of a transition period. I agree. Everything that everybody said, best time to play them. I mean, I'm predicting a 1-1 because I'm a little bit superstitious and I hate to jinx us. But if we come out with a number 2, man, with the deuce on the toilet, mate, I'll be at the bridge. I'll be fucking, mate, raging for the rest of the season. I'll be up in the moon, man. It'll be spectacular stuff. Like, I love proper optimism.
Is it since 1983 that we haven't won at the bridge?
No, we did.
Didn't we do it under Poch?
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah,
Won the cup game though.
But I'm talking Premier. Yeah, well, yeah, the Premier League would have been 92. Yeah. Well, my birthday's on Monday, bro. So I'm hoping for a good present on Sunday. You know what I mean?
How old are you gonna be? Like 75?
74.
He's older than me. He's older than me. Leo, he's older than me.
Yeah,
I'll
be 35. I'll be 35, bro.
Oh, that's you're only a little bit older than me.
Benjamin Button going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You got that baby face.
I question our mentality. To be totally honest.
I question our mentality a lot. It's
yeah, always. But you know, but I mean, like, if we're talking about, hey, our mentality changed. Conte has overtaken the Spursiness. Now we're playing Conte ball. You know, if we're saying all that stuff and we're really saying like and thinking that our mentality has truly changed and we've dropped the Spursiness, then we should be Chelsea.
We should. That's exactly why, Cube. That's why I think we're gonna win this game. It's a different Tottenham Hotspur. It really, and it's a different Chelsea. You know, I want to believe. I want to be like the #1 fan of Spursism is out the window. You know, like they left that behind a long time ago. You know. And this game exactly is the game that is gonna. I mean, is gonna at least start to prove us right that Spursism is a thing of the past.
And you know what? I think that's a great place to end the stream. Spursism is a thing of the past.
Steak.
But real quick, I want to go around in a circle, and you don't even have to tell me scores, but just tell me win, lose, or draw this weekend. Starting with Cubed.
We're gonna win.
Yes, I think we're gonna also win.
And Sonny's gonna score because he
it's gonna be
actually
a big win too.
He has a decent record against Chelsea.
I think it's gonna be 4-1 Spurs. But you don't have
Whoa,
to.
bonkers.
Stakesies, what do you got to say, bud?
Well, you said 4-1. Now I have to go higher than you. I'm going to say 5-0.
Nice. See? All right.
Stakes. I thought you were gonna say 4.5 to 1.
How about 21-0 Tottenham?
Fuck yeah.
All right. Yeah, dude. we'll
And
take
and
it.
I say Emerson having 10 goals and a Lloris hat trick.
Lloris hat trick. Come on.
Perfect. Yeah, yeah. And one of them's gonna be like a bike. He's gonna bicycle kick one of them in.
Yeah, he just
Ooh.
hits off his own crossbar and goes in.
It'll,
No,
it'll
we
be
have
bicycle kick
Emerson
from the halfway
bike
line.
assist
Yeah.
to Hugo bicycle. I think that's more
Ooh.
probable.
He'll kick it up so high in the air that he can run out and get his own ball. This is probably exactly what's gonna happen. This is crazy. So what do you think, Kieran?
I'm gonna say 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go Son and Perisic goal scorers.
Oh, you think
Yeah.
Paris is with the late
Savage.
goal, huh?
And I'll
What a
say
savage.
the other goal scorer, the goal scorer for Chelsea, will be Mason Mount. Because I hate that
dude.
guy,
I can't
and I know
stand that
I just
guy,
know
bro.
he's gonna score. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
Who do
Don't
you
think he
hate
actually
more,
has
Mason
scored
Mount or
against
Phil
us.
Foden?
Oh, dude, I
Ooh.
do hate Phil Foden a
Ooh.
lot because he's so overrated.
Well, I hate his
Oh,
mom
man.
too. His mom's pretty. From that
I don't
clip,
know.
she seems like she sucks.
Well,
Have you not seen
Oh,
the?
yeah.
she defending him or something, or defending herself? I don't know. Weren't those guys like harassing them or something in that clip?
Oh, I think they were just like being there. I don't know. I could have the story all wrong. Let me. Well, you
I
know
don't
what?
know. I don't
While
know
we
what
get the
the
rest of the
story
scores,
is either.
Jacob, while I'm looking this up, what do you think is going to happen this weekend, bub?
What I think is going to happen this weekend is Tottenham are going to break the curse. It was never a curse as long as we have Conte. That's the way I feel. I pretty much
My
echo
homie.
everyone's sentiments that, we have Conte, so why not believe the sky's really the limit for this team? Why not believe we could go out there and make a serious Champions League run? So, for me, I think we're gonna go out there and we're gonna whoop some ass. I'm saying 3-1, 4-1. Harry Kane's gonna either get a brace or a hattie. I feel it. Harry Kane. I just think he's gonna come alive. I think he's gonna give us something similar to that City performance. I think he's due, and he knows it.
Oh man! Speaking of that performance, I re-listened to the commentary from the end of that the other day. I recommend everybody goes and does that because that is just brilliant.
Yeah, I think the fact that Kane and Son did not score, that's gonna make them want to score more, right? That's gonna make them want to work harder. So, I think we're gonna go out there and put the work on them. I don't think we keep a clean sheet, not one chance. Sorry, Bobby K. I just don't see that happening. We're Korea team, Sevilla, everybody's gonna score on us. That just seems like kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah. Spot on, my homie. Spot on.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
What do you think?
What do I think? I think that we're gonna win, and I think it's gonna be 4-1, and I think that we're gonna score first and second, and then they'll get one back, and then we'll score 2 more goals.
Yeah. Damn, he even said how it's gonna go down.
Yeah. We're gonna
Big
look
up.
really comfortable at 2-0, and then they'll score, and we'll be like, "Oh no!" And then we'll score 2 more in quick succession.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I would be
That's what I'm
so
talking about.
ecstatic if we not only won, but also Sonny had one of his crazy goals like he did like all those years ago against Chelsea, where he just totally outran Jorginho.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
I was like, can you please do that? Can you please do that, Sonny?
Yeah.
Bob says 4-1 also. Hell yes, Bob.
Yeah. Big up, Bobsper. Big up, Bobsper.
Guy. Okay, Aaron, you need to give us your prediction.
Yeah, you want me to suck all the colours out of the rainbow and turn it into grey here and go with my 1-1.
Yeah.
But all right,
You-
so that's it,
You're
mate.
touching wood and you're sucking things, and it's a
Just for
Oh, yeah.
QC though, it'll be a last minute equaliser from our boys, Sonny. Yeah,
oh
so
man.
the colour will come back to the rainbow and everything will be beautiful. And if
Even
we walk right,
Scott's heart says that we'll get a 2-1 win.
yeah, me and Scott Misery. I mean, me and him are always on the same page. But look, if we come out there with the draw, like I'll be delighted. You know, I'll be as happy as Sonny's erect nipples. It'll be fantastic. To get a point at the bridge would, for me, be an extremely positive thing. If we beat them, man, I'll seriously be like I'll be battering my knob for the next week. So yeah,
Oh
1-1.
yeah.
Look at this. Look at his
Yeah.
response. Scott's response to this question is brilliant. So you see, we get an American flag tattoo, and then he says,
American
chance.
flags too.
"Not a chance. Although if we win by 4 goals, it's likely a sign that it's the end of the world. So it wouldn't matter
So it
anyway."
wouldn't matter anyways.
Get,
Yo,
get
am
a
I the
Donald
only
Trump
one?
tattoo.
Am I the only one that thinks like this? But I would totally love to watch to have a watch along with Aaron and Scott, and just watch like them, like how they do the watch alongs. I
Oh
want to see
yeah,
if they'll do it.
that would be sick. You guys
It would
should.
definitely be interesting.
They'd be like, "Oh
I've only
great,
done watch along
oh,
for
oh
Ireland
god."
games before, but yeah, maybe.
I try to do a Scott M impression. It never goes well, but it would be very Canadian. It would be
Geroot,
be
something like
very
that, or a boot.
pessimistic. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm
Leo,
very good for watch-alongs because I just like I don't know, I'm too focused.
yeah,
I've
you can
been
almost be in and
Colin.
out like a play-by-play.
Whenever
announcer.
you asked me to do a watch along, it was like I have a whole like routine and like I don't know, when it's game day, it's just like I gotta get my son up, get him eating breakfast. I'm eating breakfast, either start the game or get the game going, or watch the game before mine, just so I can like get amped up. And then during the game, honestly, I would just be staring the whole time if I did a watch along, and then also being like, motherfucker, shit, or like,
That's my thing with watch alongs is that I have to watch football when I'm on my own. Like I'm like I need my own room, or I just have to be concentrating on the game.
My son's not even
Yeah.
safe. I made him cry. The Bergvine winner at Leicester.
Oh,
I'll always remember my
Jake
son. I was
Douglas.
holding him. And I was like, when we scored the other one, I was like, oh my God, Stephen Bergvine. And then we scored the winner. And I was like, ah! And my son was like,
Dude,
yay!
I was standing up. I literally fell on the fucking floor. I was standing up.
That
I
was
fell.
insane.
When he scored the winner, I was like, oh, I just lost it.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Is
believe it.
anybody like me, man? When I'm watching the game at the pubs, like everybody tells me, "Hey, Leo, sit down," and I'm like, "Fuck no, I can't sit down and watch the game."
Fuck, I'll be on the
gotta have
table.
It feels better to
my
stand
mind
up.
and just-
It does feel better standing
Yeah.
up watching the game. I can't lie.
It does feel better standing up.
Yeah, and then because like when we score and stuff like that, bro, like I just like run around with my scarf, bro, hugging everybody, screaming, chanting.
I love you,
I don't
Leo.
wanna have
I'm
to-
the exact same. Man.
Yeah, I don't want to have to get off
Block,
my
mate.
ass, bro. You know what I mean? Make sure I don't spill over a beer. Nah, man, I'm standing up, bro. I mean, I'm getting ready to freaking run out the door and hug people and just scream.
Mate, I got kicked out of the pub when I was
Hey!
in Seoul when Sal Terry scored the winner against West Ham and we won
against
4
West
3
Ham.
years back.
Oh.
I was in Seoul and it was 3-all in South Terry. The Canadian dude scored the last minute winner. I got booted out of the pub, mate, because I was jumping up and down so much. And you have to be a little bit more
got booted
reserved
from the poop.
sometimes.
Booty from
Yeah, I
the
got
poop.
bonked out, man.
Bonked from the poop.
You got bonked.
Hey, Colin. So I'm gonna go for a Tottenham win, and I'm gonna go for a 4-2. I don't know if anybody has said that. I can't remember.
No,
I know
I think
4-1.
I think that's unique to you, my friend. You're
Yeah,
wrong.
so
It's
I'm gonna-
wrong, but
Well, at least I got it's 50-50 wrong for you. At least I got the dub. You know what I
right,
mean?
yeah, right.
I got the win. I just
And you
the
know,
score
and you
might
know
be
we're gonna
wrong.
score 4 goals.
But hold on, bro. I do want to pat my own back and say that my last 3 predictions, the last 3 weeks, bro, have been spot on. Score.
You got
and I even
last week's
predicted.
score right?
Yeah,
No.
bro. Check out my not to plug or not, but check out my
Plug
game day
it. Oh my
vlog.
god, that's
Check out my game day vlog, bro. I before the game I predicted the score, and then on a stream before that on my channel I predicted the score. That's why I went the same one, and I even knew that James Ward-Prowse was gonna score, and that's when Jacob kind of was like, "Man, I'm in the goalkeepers union. Like, you can't be, like I gotta be defending my boy and all this and that." Because I figured that James Ward-Prowse would score off of a free kick, and of course I told Jacob that Lloris was gonna bobble it and it was gonna go in. So, but I did predict 4-1. I'm predicting 4-2. I agree. I think that if we're gonna be doing a lot of winning this summer, we're gonna have to be punching people up, bro, because we're gonna get punched up. They're gonna lay hands on us, so we got to be able to have quicker hands and put them on them before they put them on us. You know what I mean? Yes, for sure.
I say, where are they putting their hands? Everywhere. That's the answer. Okay, well,
yeah, we're gonna put our hands everywhere.
Don't be a hater, okay?
Oh
Don't
yeah.
be a hater.
What's up, Jama D? How
later,
you
bro.
doing?
Yeah, sorry that you're not having a good one.
I hope your day's better than it started, because it sounds like you're in a bad mood, buddy.
I know.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Must be a
D.
Chelsea fan.
Yeah. By the way, gay shit is good.
What the fuck is that, man?
I mean, who are you to? Yeah, gay shit. That could be a positive thing. And maybe he's gone to go do some gay shit. Like, he got inspired.
That shit, man.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yo, before we end this joint, I just wanted to shout out Right Heart Lane. He probably will be watching this later on when he wakes up, if he's not up yet. I know usually the hoodlums go a little later, but
no, not tonight. I'm way too fucking tired. I got to stream tomorrow, so I can't. I gotta get some sleep.
Yeah, and I don't think that Tommy's ever
at.
gonna let us go that long ever again, right, Colin?
That was fun. I mean, it was fun while I was here, and then it seems like you guys had fun, but I still haven't watched it.
He said that he had he said on Thursday Thunder he was like he had a few seizures.
Got a few what?
Seizures.
Oh
like,
no!
In front of the screen for so long.
No, he had a few seizures watching the stream from the other night because.
Oh no!
Or was he saying? I think he was saying that he was not going to delete our streams because the only ones he's deleted was one where he had a seizure on stream.
Okay. Look, Tommy's chill, but I don't need to be talking or bringing up. I know he did, but Tommy's chill. He's cool, and like a lot of us can do these shows, and we can go off on our tangents and talk a lot of waffle. But whoever the hell person said,
hold on. I'm not talking smack about Tommy. I just want to be clear. I don't know the background. I took it as he was freaking out about our stream in a funny way.
Not at all.
I thought it was in a funny way that he was like, I'm not deleting it, but it like,
Yeah, I think he was just clarifying that he will not delete it. That there's only extreme circumstances where he'll delete a stream. And I guess we're not extreme enough, so maybe we need to step up our game.
We probably do.
I mean,
I've
got
specifically to delete certain episodes.
He's like, no.
Like, are you serious? You've seen Tommy shows with Coach Mac on? Like, they're a million times more mad than the ones we did the other night, right? So,
we'll talk about
that. Look at Scott's comments.
Like
Scott
2 hours.
He's trying to get it.
Kitties.
Good try, Scott. Good try.
Yeah, good try.
All right, well,
if you join, we'll keep going. How about that?
So hold on. So Leo, did you plug all the way? I didn't. I don't know if you got to do a full plug.
No, man. I mean, yeah. Just first, I want to say thank you guys for the other night joining in on my stream where I had Digital Spurs. I seen you guys in there, so I appreciate you guys. Yeah, just look out for the channel Mile High Hotspur. Again, I like to tell people how I merged with THFC Till I Die, the homie Dermot and Ellie out there. So yeah, the future is bright for sure. I'm just gonna be doing the same thing with you guys. You know what I mean? Inviting you guys on to be on my show and doing a match day vlog. So go ahead and look out for that. And yeah, the homie Parker's going to be coming out with his own little segment. So just be on the
South
lookout for
Parker.
anything. Yeah, South Parker. Be on the lookout for anything Mile High Hotspur, you guys, and just support the channel if you guys wouldn't mind.
Definitely, man. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Then, my fault. I cut you off.
No, bro. I was just gonna say thank you for letting me to be part of the hoodlum.
Oh,
to be part of the gang. You know what I mean?
We're bad kids. This is the type of group that you might not want to associate with. We're probably
naughty, man.
I never used to listen to my mom when she told me the same thing, bro. So I'm not gonna listen to her now.
Hold on 1 second. Who's this?
Not Scott M.
Not
come on,
Scott.
this is gotta be a, no, get him out, man. That's gotta be a troll.
Hoping that we could stay up late and talk about Spurs. I can't stick around, but I want to listen to you guys for at least 4 more hours. Talk about Spurs. See how this
is this Jama Day?
No, this is Scott M, bro.
That's not Scott, mate.
It clearly says not Scott M. What the heck?
I thought it was Jama Day, bro. It's like...
No, Jama Day already left. He didn't even wait for us to address his comment. He just said,
"Oh, dude, why whenever we're trying to quit a stream, do people keep popping in?"
Scott M's not on, so we need to hurry up and put Sonny's like naked abs on the screen.
Oh, Leo,
nipples,
put the
Sonny
link up to your
nipples,
channel
mate.
in the
Sonny
chat,
nipples.
Yeah, let me do that right now.
Yeah, do that. And then while you're doing that,
here, I'm just gonna put it in the private chat, bro. Could you put it up there for me?
Yeah, def.
Yeah.
So can you tell them about your channel real quick, Jacob? Because I gotta go see.
Yeah. So United Spurs of America. I'm one half. I've got Michael the other half. If you didn't know.
Pair of nipples.
Definitely some nipples on there. I would say that. On Fridays, every Friday, 12:30 Mountain Time. That's 2:30 Eastern, 7:30 p.m. if you're in the UK. Come check us out, man. Every Friday we have our Friday show. It's kind of been a staple of our program. So we just hit over 200 subs, so that was fun. That was kind of cool. Yeah, stay subscribed, and what do you know? Other people subscribed as well, so. Come check us out over there too. We Michael keeps a little bit more serious than I do. I keep it a little bit more loosey goosey, if you will. But come check us out tomorrow if you want. Again, United Spurs of America. That is the name of the channel.
Carrion, is your channel back? Oh my god, my cat keeps getting on my keyboard.
Not fully. I'm not sure if I really want to continue doing my own or if I want to just like. Continue just appearing on other ones instead. I just don't know if I have the time to commit to like regular streaming on my own platform and really building my own channel. So I might just continue to be a nomad instead. I like doing it anyways. So yeah, otherwise just follow me on Twitter. There's my Twitter. It's right there on the screen. So yeah.
Be a hoodlum, Colin. Be a hoodlum. An Appalachian.
Yeah. One of us.
One of us. One of us.
With that, I'll go ahead and I'll say hoodlums out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Hey, I don't get to plug a channel.
Oh, you don't have a channel, dude. But yeah, plug anything.
Dude, I don't have a channel. I've just discovered one, man.
Oh, plug it.
All right, I used to write for a channel called Dark Side of Japan.
Which I've checked out. That's a cool channel.
Look, I wrote for them and helped them with the subtitles when it was based on Yakuza. In the last few months, it's changed to different topics that I don't want to be involved with because my daughter watches. So I don't want to be involved with that. But I've recently discovered something called Easy Crafts DIY, which is this amazing girl in Cambodia, I assume, because her email address is Siem Reap, which is an area of Cambodia. So if anyone wants to watch anything fascinating about somebody using tools, not electricity, in the jungle, making amazing architecture and just constructions, please check out Easy Crafts DIY. I know it's not football, but It'll be the most fascinating thing you've ever watched. The girl only looks about, I don't know, 18 years old at most, and it's just incredible. And I've been watching it so much lately. My dad has too. And if you're into construction and primitive construction, that it goes back 2,000 years and uses pure science and geometry and native, or tools that look. It's just easy crafts DIY. Please, people, watch this. It's the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. Sorry for that. I know it's not football, mate, but
no sorries. You can't be sorry. No sorries necessary.
You should be sorry.
But with that though, I think the hoodlums are checking out. I'm gonna leave everybody, especially Scott M, with this. And
that's for Scotty before he goes to bed.
That's not Scott M.
Dream of it, Scotty. Dream of it.
Do you think Son waxed his chest before doing